Hello and welcome to my presentation, The Enlightenment and the Origin of the Modern Democracy. Over the next few minutes, I will explore how Enlightenment thinkers challenge our idea about power and helped shape the democratic government we have today. This journey includes key philosophers, major revolution, and a real-world example that show how their ideas are still alive today. Let's begin with the basic. What exactly was the Enlightenment? What was the Enlightenment? The Enlightenment was a major intellectual movement that began in Europe during the late 1600 and reached its peak in the 1700s. It emphasized the use of reason, science, and logic to improve human life and society. Thinkers during this time believed that people could use rational thinking to understand the world and improve it. They challenged our system like absolute morality and the power of the church, promoting ideas like freedom, equality, and justice. The Enlightenment encouraged individuals to think for themselves and question traditional authority, leading to major political and social change. The Enlightenment introduced several core ideas that would become the foundation of modern democratic system. One was reason, the belief that logic and scientific thinking could solve social problems. Another was liberty, the idea that people should have the freedom to speak, believe, and live as they choose. Quality become important too, as Enlightenment thinkers argued that all people should have the same rights under the law. There were also strong beliefs that professed the idea that society could improve through knowledge and education. Finally, many supported secularism or separating religion from government, also that no religion have total control over politics. One of the most influential Enlightenment philosophers was John Locke. He believed that people are born with natural rights, especially the right to live, liberty, and property. Locke said that the purpose of government is to protect these rights. If a government fails to do or become abusive, Locke believed that citizens have the right to overthrow it. This was a revolutionary idea at the time, and it directly challenged the power of kings and queens. His writing strongly influenced democratic thinkers and helped shape the foundation of modern constitutional governments. And Rousseau. Two other major Enlightenment thinkers were Voltaire and Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Voltaire was a strong supporter of freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and separation of church and state. He often used humor and satire to criticize power institutions like Catholic Church and absolute monarchy. Rousseau, on the other hand, focused on the political power and believed that government should reflect the general will of the people. He introduced the idea of a social contract where people agree to follow rules in exchange of protection and order. Rousseau's work later inspired revolutions that fought for democracy and equality. The American Revolution, the Enlightenment played a direct role in the American Revolution. Colonists in the 13 American colonies were inspired by Locke's idea of natural rights and the social contract. When the British government failed to respect those rights, colonists argued they had the right to revolt. Thomas Jefferson, one of the American Foundation fathers, used Enlightenment idea when writing the Declaration of Independence in 1776. He wrote that all men are created equal and that they are born with unalienable rights. The American Revolution showed the world that Enlightenment ideas could be put into action to create a new kind of government, one based on liberty and democracy. The French Revolution. Shortly after the American Revolution, France experimented its own revolution, also inspired by Enlightenment thought. The French people were frustrated with the inequality, poverty, and the power of monarchies. They demand liberty, equality, and fraternity, values strongly influenced by Rousseau and others. In 1789, they published the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizens, which states that all men are free and equal in right. This document was bold statement against tyranny and injustice and helped reshape France's political system. Through the revolution were violent, it showed how powerful Enlightenment ideas could be inspiring social and political change. Impact on modern democracy. Today, we can still see the impact of the Enlightenment in how modern democracies function. Most democratic governments are based on the Constitution that outlines the rights of the citizen and the limit of government power. Enlightenment principles like check and balance, separation of power, and freedom expression are essential parts of many country legal systems. Citizens have the right to vote and to participate in political process. These systems are designed to protect individual freedoms and prevent the abuse of power, just as Enlightenment thinkers hope for. Real-world example today. Even in the 21st century, Enlightenment values continue to shape our world. We see them in movement for freedom of speech, gender equality, and civil rights. Public education system promotes critical thinking, which was one of the goals of Enlightenment thinkers. Government that protect human rights and allow people to challenge unfair laws are applying the lesson for the Enlightenment. Even protests and social movement are part of its legacy. People stand up for fairness, reason, and justice. In conclusion, the Enlightenment was more than just a period in history. It was a turning point in how people understood government and society. Its idea have sparked revolution, built democracy, and promote individual rights. Thanks to Enlightenment thinkers, we now live in a world where freedom, equality, and human dignity are essential values. Understanding their legacy help us appreciate and protect the rights we enjoy today. Thank you for listening to my presentation.